Hey guys, Boris. Welcome to the crosses section for May 15th to May 19th of 2017. And crosses this week really look very interesting because there's quite a lot of major versus calm dollar possibilities that are shaping up both to the long side and to the short side that I find quite intriguing. Let me show you some of the ideas that I think could play out as the week goes by, and then we'll take a look at the charts here. So first and foremost, euro strength definitely taking shape as we close the week. And on the charts, euro odd looks very good as a long-term, upside trade. The resistance here is at 149, support is at 146. In many ways, it's also going to be a play, I guess, on the employment numbers, because if those numbers can come in weak, that really creates an opportunity for euro odd to run all the way out to the 150 level. Kiwi CAD is kind of a quiet way to possibly trade both the recovery in the Kiwi and perhaps further weakness in the CAD. It's a very, very tight trade, 93.95 range. But again, it kind of mirrors the Kiwi dollar trade in a sense that if you see a couple more days of stabilization, there's potential here for Kiwi recovery and a potential move back up towards the 94.95 level in that trade. It's probably the least volatile, but kind of interesting side trade on the crosses. And then last but definitely not least, sort of my favorite momentum trade right now is the pound yen to the downside, both because pound is showing relative weakness and because we saw the yen start to curl over as the end of the week. I think on the yen crosses, this is one of the stronger downside crosses, and it has a lot of potential for us to at least move all the way down to 144 with 148 as the key resistance. Let's take a look at the charts here. Here's the Euro Aussie, and you can see from a long-term point of view, it's just a classic uptrend with a whole series of higher lows. It's basically the story has been buy the dip here, and we got a very good signal today that this perhaps is the near-term bottom here as the buyers came in. I guess the low of this candle is what, 40? Let's say 46.50, just as a rounded number. That's pretty much, I think, the low you could trade against, with the idea here that as the turn goes back up and euro finds a little bit of strength, we could have a potential here move all the way out to the 49s and a very weak Australian employment number that could send us down to, let's say, into the 73s and into the Tesla 73s could push us all the way out towards the 150 level. So this has been a classic kind of bull flag formation, and Euro Aussie looks still very good. The turn today, the end, the close on the highs, and the fact that it's not quite a volatility candle because I think today's volatility wasn't that great. So we had a 47.14, no, high is 48. It's about a 130 point move today versus yesterday's move was about 116. It's really not supremely strong, but it's strong enough to make me believe that there's more potential to the upside. So a very interesting signal here from Euro Aussie. Kiwi CAD, as I said, is a much quieter, calmer trade, but you can very clearly see the support around the 93 level here in the Kiwi CAD. We're not far away from, well, basically maybe about 90 points away from that level. But the fact that we're bottoming out at a higher low here, and this is both a trade on the recovery in the Kiwi and perhaps further weakness in the CAD that can give us a push all the way out to the 95 level. Again, it's a low volatility trade, but looks relatively interesting, and certainly the fact that the lows have held, which is always a good sign, provides us with a relatively decent, well-defined entry of where the trade could go. And then last but not least, my favorite momentum trade of the week as we start is this pound yen, which is ended on the lows, which is had 2 straight days of pretty sharp declines, and looks to be a move all the way down here, down to the 144s as a potential support. I mean, it's quite a big move, so not all at once. But certainly, at very minimum, I like this trade both as a momentum trade and also as a scale-up trade. In other words, if we do get a contra move on this trade, I like shorting this against the 148s for a potential retest, at least of the lows that we set today, but potentially a retest of further lows down to the 144s. So either way you want to trade it, either as on a pure momentum based, or if you want to scale up against it, small position here and a scale up against it, either way, I think would have a very interesting possibility here as we start the week. That's how the crosses shape up. Those are the better ideas I think that are out there as we start the week. I wish you guys the best of luck, the best of trading. Boris, over now.